welcome. So feel free to type in the chat box and let me know you're here. It all adds up to the global energy reading. The more you guys interact, the more guys you chat with me. But you don't have to. You can just tune into the energy. Oh, hi. Hi, Cobe World. Okay, so an explanation for someone who doesn't speak very good English. So I do two things today. One, first, meditation. Energy body meditation, energy aura pervading body and around here. Energy body meditation and energy reading of global energy, whole planet. I do a reading with the 1JJ Swiss tarot cards. And maybe a bit of astrology as well thrown in. And whoops. Hey Chase, hey Trevor. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Krishna. I stayed in a Krishna ashram, a Bhakti yoga, devotional yoga ashram in Glastonbury. Chase. Yeah, Krishna, they were very devotional to Krishna. I guess Krishna was their guru. I remember reading while I was there. I opened, we were just having a chill out night with a couple of friends there one night, and I said, right, I'll read a few lines from the Bhagavad Gita, and they thought I was joking because they're sort of spiritual people, but they weren't like deeply into like Advaita and Hindu and all that stuff. So, but I read it and it was like, it said, what did it say? It was Krishna speaking to Arjun, which perhaps all the Bhagavad Gita is it? I think, I'm not sure. And Krishna says to Arjun, what did he say? He says, there are many paths to self-realization, Arjun, but the fastest path is devotion. Therefore, you should follow the path of devotion to the best of your ability, Arjun. And I mean, of course, this was 2,000 years ago, and this was Krishna speaking to Arjun. So Krishna was giving specific guidance to Arjun. So perhaps he was saying this because he could sense that Arjun was a highly devotional person. So it's not devotion certainly isn't the fastest path to enlightenment if like devotion isn't your thing at all, which is not really mine. I'm trying to incorporate some devotion into my life more. So, but I guess I am doing, but I guess labels get in the way for me. But anyway, so where was I going with that? I don't know. Why you don't use galactic heritage cards? Good question. Someone else can. That's a very good question. I'm glad you brought that up, Code World, because someone else asked me that. So I presume you're referring to the Lisa Royal cards, the Lisa Royal Galactic Heritage cards, and I thought about getting them. I've got a friend who, well, I met some friends. I've got a friend online who I met briefly, and one of those friends did a reading for me with the Galactic Heritage cards, and it was really amazing. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to get some of these. I'm going to get some of these. And I considered getting some, but I actually started designing my own cards around about the same time. So I held off, and yeah, I don't know what I might get them. Maybe I get them. 2 people have asked. I don't know. What did come up for me is it a bit like copyright infringement, like using it for, because obviously I generate cash, although it's not the main aim for my purpose. I'm doing this to serve the one and to serve creation and follow my highest excitement. Obviously I generate cash and income through this, and I thought, is it okay using like someone else's cards? Because of course Lisa Royal Holt does a similar thing to me, and I don't want her to think that I'm like making loads of money out of all her stuff. So that did come up when I thought to get Lisa Royal Holt, and like, because like I make money out of this, like people have given me donations even online. So but I suppose that's what they're for doing readings, and people charge for readings, so I'm sure she probably wouldn't mind. But I did think that, and yeah, so who knows, maybe I'll get them. But I was designing my own pack, and I am designing my own pack, but it might take me till I'm about 84 years old before the pack is complete. Because the idea of a tarot deck is, now that we bring it up, I'll get the tarot cards down. Are we going to do the meditation first? No, it looks like we're swinging towards the tarot cards. Okay, meditate, guys, because we're supposed to be meditating as well. So we'll sort of stay in a meditative state. So I got the cards there, but if we'll say 3 ohms to calm us down, calm me down. Hey guys, so yeah, cool. I'm just exploring other avenues at present. Yael tell me to follow my excitement, so I'm following my highest excitement by chatting to you guys and doing a 3-card tarot reading. It's happened, guys. I'm afraid it's happened. It had to happen sooner or later on the live stream. The tower has fallen. Struck by lightning. Our realities have been destroyed. Our old realities have been destroyed, completely destroyed. Death. One person lying dead on the floor, the other person just survived by the skin of his teeth. And so in the original tarot deck, or one of the first traceable tarot decks, so the tower symbolizes collapse of our entire reality. Everything we've held on to, our what do you guys think? What does the tower mean to you? What's happening? Are we all doomed? Have we had it? Yeah, what they're showing me is because perhaps as you understand what the tower means the collapse of attachment to physical reality, basically, because part of the spiritual awakening path is becoming unattached to physical reality, letting go of the need for gaining pleasure from flashy cars or nice technological stuff, or even ultimately relationships and people and the physical world, anything to do with the physical world. If we're seeking pleasure in the physical world, in objects in the physical world, and we need them. There's nothing wrong with finding pleasure from the physical world. What does my friend say that the Buddhists say? It's attachment and aversion. It's attachment. It's there's nothing wrong with, like, you can become attached to a tree. If you've got a tree in your garden that brings you great joy, but then you get like really attached to it, and every day you're like, oh, I need to be near my tree or I'm unhappy. That's an attachment. That's like the devil in a way. It's like a negative, needy attachment to the physical world. It's seeking pleasure in the physical world. It's needing the physical world for pleasure, because we can never find pleasure in the physical world, because the physical world is a projection of us. This is why it doesn't work. This is why so many humans' realities are so messed up, because they're looking for happiness in the mirror. It's like Bashar says, you don't stand in front of a mirror and say to the mirror, when are you going to smile? I'm not smiling until you do. I'm not budging an inch. You know that the mirror is not going to smile until you do. And it's like that. Reality is a reflection of your consciousness. So if you're seeking pleasure in the outer reality, like in houses, or in ultimately a big tower, because this is what it's pointing to, la maison, because I'm not quite sure what that means. La maison de Dieu, the maison of destruction, maybe. What does Dieu mean in French? So this is the tower card in English. But so la maison, I believe maison means a house in French, and house. So it can refer to the house. For most of us, it is the house, because in contemporary society, it's considered the thing to do to get a mortgage and get a 3-bedroom semi-detached house with a 2-inch picket fence and 2.4 children. And that will bring you security, and you'll be happy because you're secure and you're safe in physical reality, and you can gain your happiness from physical reality and your safety and your knowledge that you've done well in physical reality, or whatever people think they will gain pleasure from a physical object in physical reality. Dieu is God, the house of God. The house of God. Wow. Is that what it means? The house of God. So this is definitely the tower card. The house of God. That's interesting. Very interesting. So that's very different to what we get in the English tarot deck. For in the English tarot, this is called the tower, and So it's interesting to actually call it the house of God, because I always assumed, which it does, you know, in a way, that it refers to the house of man, the house of physical reality, and it's getting shattered by God. The house of God is being destroyed, the house of God. But I guess perhaps it's because it happens at the point where we are living in the house of God, because this is when the tower occurs. That a tower only happens in our reality when we're ready for it. It's the collapse of our reality. If the most important thing in our reality is our house, I have a friend who her house burnt down, and perhaps like she was very attached to her house, and when the tower like this, it could be lightning destroying your tower physically. So the tower literally happened for her. But what happens is that as your consciousness rises and you begin to live in the house of God, my father's house is a mansion or something Jesus said, didn't he? But when your consciousness rises, so you're living in the house of God, God destroys your house in the physical world, so you can become more connected to God, because if you're connecting to physical objects, it keeps you oriented in your mind in the physical world, and you can't transcend into infinite awareness. So when you're quite advanced on your spiritual path, something disastrous will happen. You'll either get a divorce, or your house will burn down, or you'll lose all your job and your money, or you'll lose all your friends, and whatever is important to you will be taken away from you. I remember hearing Greg Braden say this: at some point on your spiritual path, whatever is most important to you in your life will be taken away with you. And he said, and I say to you, congratulations, because you've reached a point on your spiritual path where you are ready. So, and we think it's terrible, and it does seem at the time, but ultimately we see it's not, because everything in reality is passing. This is the whole point. Everything in reality is impermanent, passing, transient, impermanent, as the Buddhists say. So the tower is just normal. We build a tower up, it collapses. We build another tower up, it collapses. And there's nothing wrong with building towers, as long as we don't get attached to them and accept that when they collapse, everything is okay, everything's fine, because we're still the infinite being that we were before. And as I understand it, the color and the symbolism in this card, I need to research this a bit more. But in the original, this is why I was referring to the original deck, because this is what a lady called Elizabeth Heitch talks about in her book on the tarot cards. Incidentally, she also wrote Initiation, which is a great book. But she wrote a book on the tarot cards from what she remembers from her initiation in ancient Egypt and the knowledge that's passed down. But basically, the blue, notice these guys are wearing different colors, yeah? This is not an accident. It's not an accident, though. If this card is true to the original deck and the symbolism built into it, the colors of their clothing are not an accident, because the point is, and it's very important here, that you've got two guys, right? The tower has been struck. One guy is lying dead on the floor, but this guy has somehow got his leg caught in the tower and has survived. He's got all twisted and tangled up, and he's thinking, oh my God, what a nightmare. I'm in the right situation here, but he's actually survived and he's okay, while the other guy on the floor appears not so good. He might be dead. He's either dead or unconscious. He's probably dead. And the symbolism here is that if you have faith in God, if you trust in God, if you believe that you will be supported in your creation, if you trust. Of course, a big part of my teachings and Bashar and the Yahya's teaching, follow your excitement and believe you'll be supported in your reality. Trust that the abundance will flow to you, and it will. So this is what it's pointing to. The guy in the blue somehow symbolizes faith in God consciousness. So the guy in blue is okay because he got struck by the tower, and he's like, oh my God, the tower's struck, we're going to die. No, it's all right, God's going to look after me, I'll be okay some way. And somehow he gets his foot caught. He's like, oh, my ankle. And God's like, you've been a bad boy, we're going to hurt your ankle a little bit, so there's your car. And that'll do you. You'll learn to not be selfish and grumpy in the future. But the guy down here, who's like not aligned with his spirituality at all, died because he didn't trust in God. He didn't believe in God. So he's like dead, and he's got to do another incarnation and start all over again. So that's the tower. So the secret is, the message here today is that the tower, it must be relevant for someone watching this live stream here. And it's quite relevant for me at the minute, because I'm right in the middle of this tower and I'm being forced to surrender as everything around us collapses. I've very much been through this last year or so. And I know a lot of people have, like the collapse of everything we know, like our entire reality. It seems that a lot of people on this spiritual path, as we reach sort of towards a stage where our mind falls away and we're becoming into this pure awareness and we are understanding, and the old reality is falling away in some way. The tower keeps falling again and again and again, and in reflection of our mind and our attachments to the physical reality, our higher self is like saying, look, you don't need this stuff anymore. You like your comfy little house and your car and your little job, and it's like, it's nothing to do with who you are. So we're just gonna destroy it all and get it out of your reality for you. And it's going to seem really scary because you're not going to know what's going to happen. But if you have faith in God, like the blue guy in the blue, you're going to survive and be okay. So believe, trust, faith, knowingness, beyond faith and into knowingness, knowing that we are one consciousness and we create our own reality. And if we trust that we will be supported, we will be. La lune, la lune, la lune, la lune. The moon. I think I'm right with this one. The moon. So we had the sun. We've had the sun the last 2 days on live stream. Today, the consciousness has shifted into the moon. So it's time for deeper introspection. So I guess we could refer to this to the male and the female energy. Do we have a female? We have a female up in the sky. Perhaps the guy is playing the song of the woman, because that's what we do. I'm not sure that there's some interesting symbolism here for sure. I'm going to look into this. But so the guy is playing the song of the woman, and perhaps that's the symbolism. Perhaps it's not meant as that in the card. But to me, it can be that today, because this is the point. So the male and the female, the sun and the moon. The female energy is the divine creative energy of creation, and females are known as receptive because they receive the divine impulse of creation from source, and the idea is that they connect with the male energy to create in reality, to the male infinite potential, the pure consciousness, the pure male, as in like symbolized by Shiva, the pure consciousness, pure creative potential, pure awareness, when combined with the creative potential, the inspiration, the birthing of inspiration from source of the feminine. This is how we create a divine reality. So and we come into perfect alignment with our calling and our creation collectively and individually. And so the feminine aspect, the moon, the feminine aspect, la lune, is the receptive energy and where we receive the information. So while the last 2 days I've been saying it's a very solar energy, a very masculine, active energy, and we should be going out there and we should be like taking action in our path and our calling. Today, it seems the energy has shifted and we're moving into La Lune, the moon, and a very introspective, sort of meditative inwards, where we either go into healing and processing, or perhaps we get inspiration. We connect with the source. We connect with our divine feminine inside, our inner heart, our inner guidance, the goddess within. So it's a good day to perhaps do some meditation and go within and ask for guidance from our guides or the goddess, the feminine. So that's the lune. So I guess that's it. So we're looking at the falling away of old patterns and the opening up to allow new inspiration in. So today is all about being open. It's about the letting go of the old attachments. Otherwise, they will be taken away from us, destroyed. and opening in emptiness, staying in emptiness, completely emptying our reality to the opportunity to birth new ideas, to birth feminine birth, female birth, feminine energy, to the inspiration, the divine. Don't think with your physical mind, don't think with your masculine brain how you're going to carry this out, how you're going to do it. It was Einstein that said, my greatest inspirations come between thoughts. That's because that's the feminine energy. That's where true inspiration comes from. The masculine energy is more like the physical brain that we use to act it out in physical reality after we've had the inspiration from the feminine. So we open up to the feminine inspiration, perhaps to start a YouTube channel doing global energy readings. That was the feminine inspiration from the introspective meditative state in the forest in the morning. But then I have to balance that out with the masculine energy by using the masculine brain, the left hemisphere of the brain, the calculating side, to actually use my mind to plug in my computer and set up YouTube and schedule it and all this stuff. So, and this is the divine child. This is the idea in alchemy of the birthing of the divine progeny, the divine androgyne, the divine child. It's the balancing of the masculine and the feminine hemispheres. And these cards are very much connected with this hermeticism and alchemy and these things. They're drawn by these guys, a lot of them. And so ultimately, we're looking for the balancing of the masculine and the feminine, the perfect receptive energy of the feminine, receiving our calling, receiving our excitement, receiving our inspiration to serve humanity through our highest calling, our highest inspiration, our divine spark, who we truly are. But then we need the sun to take action and carry that out in the physical world, the masculine energy. But today is the feminine energy. So meditate, go within, and ask for guidance, and let go of the old, embrace the new, let the new in. And so the last card is L'Étoile. So I believe this is temperance, which is balance. Yeah, I don't think this is the star. I think this is temperance. It's got stars around her. Are you sure this is the star? Are you sure? Let me have a look. I may be wrong. I wouldn't have thought that was the star. It looks like you are right. I am wrong. Yeah, that's interesting, that, because isn't it temperance that has a very, that's strange. Yeah, you're right. No, I'm getting confused. So what's temperance look like then? Yeah, I see. You are correct, guys. Yeah, temperance is also pouring. Yeah, temperance is pouring water from chalice to chalice. And in the star, we have the water bearer pouring water into the lake. Okay, so the star. Thanks, guys. So what does the star mean? What does the star mean, guys? what does the star mean to you guys? I don't really know what the star means. I could sense into this. Hope, faith, dreams coming true. I have a book. What number is it? It's 17, the star. Hope, satisfaction, bright prospects, destiny, insights. You say hope, faith, dreams coming true. Yeah, I think destiny, isn't it? Your guiding star, the star of destiny. Your calling. Because ultimately, hope, faith, and dreams coming true, when we're aligned with our higher self, is following our calling and being of service and aligning to our destiny. So we have the Tower, letting go of the old, collapse of old ways if we don't let go of them first. The Moon, introspection and insight, because it also said that this star can mean insight. So it's letting go of the old, opening to receive inspiration from source, from the divine, from our guides, from a higher self. And we will achieve our destiny. So that's today's reading. We must let go of the old and open. So let go of the old, let the old go away, drop everything, your old reality, yesterday, the past, it's all gone. The past doesn't exist, it's gone. We are a new being. And go into a meditative state, which we're going to do now, and open to guidance from a higher self. So perhaps we can ask for some guidance from higher self when we do the meditation now. And this will lead us to our destiny. And we will succeed in our calling and our life's mission. So if we just let go of the day thus far, and we begin to center our energy around our heart chakra. And so if we begin to breathe deeply into the base of our spine, our lower chakra, our base chakra, So if you allow your consciousness to come to your feet, allow the breath to move energy by your energy body, your energy vehicle, through yourself. Sense into the field of being around your body. There is a consciousness, a grid, a field, a force field of frequency surrounding your physical body. Tune into this frequency, this vehicle now. Allow the frequency, the vibration, the resonance of self, of the energy body to begin to resonate through each and every cell of your vehicle. Tap into the collective consciousness of Gaia, the grid, the energy field surrounding your energy body at this time, the availability of the frequency to align with the grid consciousness, to align with the grid being, to align yourself to the frequency, the higher grid consciousness of Gaia, of planet Earth, of the planetary well-being, planetary availability, frequency field of awareness available to your civilization at this time. Feel into this frequency, feel into this energy. Allow yourself to step up, rise up, raise up your energy body into this field, into this frequency, into this dimensional gateway of awareness, of potential to access more of your true nature, your true self, your true well-being state of consciousness. Feel into the energy field, the surrounding grid awareness surrounding your immediate vehicle, your immediate field of physical awareness, your physical body, the immediate surrounding area stretching out 2 to 3 feet from the vehicle, from the source, from the self, the vehicle, the body, the energetic self, the energetic vehicle. Allow yourself to tune into this vehicle at this time. Allow yourself to feel the frequency of your energy body, of your energy vehicle, and see it as an extension of the overall planetary conscious grid makeup field of frequency, vision, existence itself. This frequency of consciousness you are sensing into this energy body around your vehicle, around the immediate surroundings, around the immediate energy field of your vehicle, is a resonant pattern more akin to your true nature, more akin to your true self. You are accessing your energy body, you are accessing your energy vehicle. You have activated your avatar self, your energy vehicle self, your deeper self, the true self you came here to be, that came here to realize in this place, in this consciousness at this time. For this vehicle you have accessed, this vehicle you have realized, this vehicle you have projected into consciousness as a projection of your own deeper state, is a representation, is a realization of your expansion, of your acceleration into a new state of being, into a new state of consciousness, into a new state of alignment with the hyper-conscious state of Gaia, fourth density consciousness being. We are projecting through the channel into you now the idea of the collective Gaia, fourth density consciousness, collective grid makeup, being self. So welcome, Earth humans, to the new life, to the new resonant frequency of consciousness itself. You are tapped in, you are aligned, you are tuned into the core frequency of Gaia, ourself. Welcome, Earth humans. Good day. Shivai. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the meditation. Hope you feel energized. Welcome back. Oh. Okay, so I'm a little tired after that, guys. So we're going to call it a day there, I think. So see you same time-ish soon. Have a great day, guys. Hope you can take this with you into a day. Have a wonderful day. Shivai.